Hey friends, welcome back to Canada Immigration Matters. I'm Jonathan with Chugo Immigration Services, your favorite regulated Canadian immigration consultant. Pause for a second and imagine this. Over 300,000 work permits, that is 314,538 to be exact, are set to expire by the end of March 2026. This is the single largest expiry wave in Canada's entire history. If you are on a post-graduation work permit, a spousal open work permit, or any temporary work permit right now, or if you are watching from overseas dreaming of your first Canadian job offer, this video is going to change how you plan the next 12 months. Stick around until the end because I'm breaking down exactly what happens when these permits expire, the 4 realistic outcomes, every legitimate pathway still open in 2026, and, most importantly for those of you applying from outside Canada, exactly how to get that elusive job offer that can fast-track you here. Plus, I'll answer the most common questions I'm getting from viewers in India, Nigeria, and Pakistan. Hit that like button if you want to stay in Canada legally, subscribe so you never miss these urgent updates, and let's dive in. First, let's talk about why this is happening right now. Canada welcomed record numbers of temporary workers during the pandemic recovery. Over 765,000 International Mobility Program permits in 2023 alone. Those 2- and 3-year permits are all coming due at once. The government has been very clear. They want to bring the temporary resident population down from roughly 7% of Canada's total population to under 5% by the end of 2027. That is the bigger picture behind all the recent policy changes you have been seeing. Only 380,000 permanent resident spots are planned for 2026, yet 1.4 million work permits are projected to expire this year alone. The math is simple. The system is not designed to keep everyone. But that does not mean your dream is over. It just means you need to act smarter and faster than ever. Who is most affected? The vast majority are post-graduation work permit holders, international graduates who built lives here, and spousal open work permit holders. India accounts for close to 50% of these, so my friends in India, Nigeria, and Pakistan, this wave is hitting your communities especially hard in Ontario, British Columbia, and Alberta. But no matter where you are from, the rules are the same. The 4 outcomes. So what actually happens when your permit expires? 4 possible outcomes. 1. Successful renewal or new work permit. 2. Maintained status, which used to be called implied status. 3. Out of status, but you still have a 90-day restoration window. 4. Departure from Canada. Let me explain each one clearly so you know exactly where you stand. Maintained status is the one most people misunderstand. If you apply to renew before your current permit expires, even on the very last day before 11:59 p.m. UTC, you can stay in Canada and keep working under the same conditions while IRCC processes your application. You cannot leave the country during this time, though, or you lose it. If you miss the deadline, you have 90 days from the day it expired to apply for restoration of status, plus a new work permit and pay the extra $229 restoration fee. After that window closes, your options become much narrower. IRCC expects a large number of people to simply leave, and the numbers prove it. But you do not have to be one of them if you move now. Here are the practical options available right now, ranked from easiest to more strategic. Option 1. Extend in the same category. Apply online at least 30 days before expiry. 90 days is safer. You will need an updated employer letter and, for labor market impact assessment-based permits, a fresh assessment. Option 2. Bridging open work permit. If you already have a pending permanent residency application under Express Entry or certain other streams and your permit expires within the next 4 months, You can apply for this open permit so you can work for any employer while you wait. Option 3. New employer-specific permit through a labor market impact assessment. Healthcare, construction, agriculture, and food processing still have shortages and higher chances of approval. Option 4. Provincial nominee program streams. 2026 to 2028 allocations jumped more than 65%. Ontario Employer Job Offer, Alberta Opportunity Stream, British Columbia Skills Immigration, and others are gold for people already working here. A nomination gives you 600 extra points in express entry, basically an invitation to apply guaranteed. Option 5. Canadian Experience Class under express entry. If you have at least 1 year of skilled work in Canada, in a Tier 0 to 3 NOC code, you can apply without a job offer. Language proficiency test results of CLB 7 or higher help a lot. Option 6. The strategic departure route. Yes, sometimes leaving temporarily is actually the smartest move. You can gain foreign skilled experience that boosts your comprehensive ranking system score, apply for a new permit from abroad with a confirmed job offer, or reset your timeline to avoid the huge processing backlog coming in the first quarter. Biggest challenge for viewers overseas. Now, the number one question I get from prospective immigrants watching from Nigeria, India, Pakistan, and the United States. Jonathan, how on earth do I get a Canadian job offer from outside the country? Competition is fierce in 2026 because of this reset, but here are proven steps that give you a real edge. First, create a Canadian-style resume. 1 to 2 pages maximum, no photo, clear achievements with numbers, and tailored to the exact NOC code the employer is hiring for. I have put direct links to free official Canadian resume templates and builder in the description below. Download them today. Second, use LinkedIn like a pro. Set your location to Canada. Follow companies in your field. Message recruiters politely with a short personalized note. Attend every virtual job fair you can. I just dropped a new video on the free Newfoundland and New Brunswick job fair hiring 13,000 foreign workers. The link is in the description. Third, target in-demand sectors. Healthcare, trucking, construction, agriculture, and the new Rural Communities Pathway I covered last week. To speed things up, reach out to these reputable recruitment agencies that work with international talent and do not charge job seekers any upfront fees. Randstad Canada, randstad.ca, Adecco Canada, adecco.ca. WorkVantage, workvantage.ca. Specialists in foreign worker placements and labor market impact assessments. Go to their websites, search open positions in your NOC code, apply directly, and mention in your cover letter that you are ready to support a labor market impact assessment if needed. Always verify the agency and never pay anyone to find you a job. Legitimate ones are paid by employers. These steps, combined with strong language scores and Canadian or relevant foreign experience, are how my clients are landing offers even in this competitive year. Friends, here is the encouraging truth. The people who succeed in 2026 are not necessarily the ones with perfect paperwork from day one. They are the ones who understand the rules, act early, and position themselves in occupations Canada actually needs. Whether you are already here or applying from overseas, start today. Check your expiry date, update your resume, apply for renewal or express entry if eligible, and reach out for professional guidance before the rush hits. You have more power than you think. Canada still needs skilled, committed people. Frequently asked questions. Before we finish, let's answer the top questions I'm getting in the comments. Question 1. If I apply on the very last day, can I keep working the next day? Yes. As long as you applied from inside Canada before 11:59 p.m. UTC, You are on maintained status and can continue working under the same conditions. Question 2. Does my PGWP expiry affect my spouse's spousal open work permit? Yes, it can. You must manage both at the same time. Question 3. Is renewal automatic if I have a positive labor market impact assessment? No. A fresh labor market impact assessment is now required in most cases, and employers must meet new Canadian hiring benchmarks. Question 4. Can I apply for a bridging open work permit just because I am in the express entry pool? No. You need a full pending permanent residency application and an invitation to apply already submitted. Question 5. If I leave Canada before expiry, can I come back later? Absolutely. Many people are successfully using the strategic departure route to build more points and reapply stronger. If your situation is different, drop it in the comments. I read every single one. If all of this feels overwhelming, and I get it, the rules change constantly. You do not have to figure it out alone. At Chugo Immigration Services, we specialize in exactly these situations. We do not guarantee approval. No one can. But we guarantee clear, professional, honest service every step of the way. We are not a recruitment or placement agency, and we do not give job offers, but we will guide you on the absolute best practices to search for Canadian jobs and secure that offer. Send us an email right now at chugoimmigration@gmail.com or join our free WhatsApp channel. The link is in the description. And if you have not yet, fill out our comprehensive Canadian immigration pathway self-assessment form. The link in the description, so we can see exactly which pathway fits you best. Thank you for watching. Drop your biggest worry in the comments. Share this video with anyone whose permit is expiring, and I will see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay legal, and keep believing in your Canadian dream. Take care.